Hello dear friends. Hi to everybody who's new here. This is a different video. Welcome. I hope you do those YouTubey things like subscribe, share, comment. And to my true blues, thanks for returning and for your continued love, support, kindness, and friendship. It means everything. So today's video is different. It's not diamond painting. We're taking a tour of the yard. It's middle June. It's I think the 13th of July, excuse me, middle of July, and I wanted to show you my garden. Now, of course, keep in mind, this house and property is over 100 years old. I always like to give this little disclaimer. And my family's been living here for like 60 years, maybe more. So it's not exactly pristine, new, or organized, nice, any of that kind of stuff. So it's lived in and broken down. So no judgments, please. And I also, listen, this whole gardening thing is kind of my dad's thing. So I just do it for him, even though I'm the one who takes care of it and waters it and picks like the 80% of it. That's okay, I don't mind. But you're lucky he does that. I do that, so I don't de-weed. So all the weeds and stuff, again, no judgments. Now, things I do take care of is stuff right here. That has to be taken down. I haven't done it yet. I did it already once this season, but they're growing back, so I have to do that. Not that one. See, this one here is actually comes up every year. I bought this plant. It's a green plant, probably 20 years ago, and I have the main one in the front yard in a pot, which actually grew into another pot, so I have two of them, and their little sprigs kind of fly and come up every year. So this came up over here for a long time. It's been coming up over here, so I don't touch that one, of course. And so it just stays green. It's this nice like sea foamy kind of green color. And in the fall, those little dots on top that you see right there, those will turn like a pinkish purpley color. Some sort of weird looking, I wouldn't even call it a flower. Almost to me it looks like a broccoli head or something. So there's that. Broken down barbecue, junky stuff here. A fence we had it put in. This fence was probably put in like 3-4 years ago now. So now we're going to the tables. So our dirt, at least in my neck of the woods in New Jersey, but it's always been like this here, the dirt is just not good. So only bad stuff that you don't want to grow will grow. So we grow everything in our pots. So we have our sunflowers. Now these are smaller sunflowers. They're just starting to open up. This opened up probably 5 days ago. My dad actually planted these and thought they were like the huge, gigantic ones, but nope, they're the babyer ones. So we have those, and this one, if you look at this one has 4 heads on it. I actually like these better because the ones with the gigantic heads, they droop right away, even when they're open, because they're just so heavy. And I just don't like them, so I'm glad these were actually the ones. It's a really nice day out. Look at the sun, not the sun, the clouds, the trees. Okay, so we have that. Now here, this is the first time we're ever doing this. This is the one thing that we actually do plant, or we have planted in the yard, is pumpkins or gourds. These kind of are so, if you want to say hardy, they just grow anywhere, they do anything. So, however, this year we didn't because we kind of reworked stuff the last couple of years here. So we didn't plant these in the yard. We planted them in these Lowe's buckets, just like this, and we're just going to let them climb. So these are gourds, and you can in here. Sorry. And this one, see, we have a little baby one growing right there, and one in the back. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 of these. So here we have again growing. Look how big this one is already. We have that one. And we have these extra tomato cage things here, so the vines can grow on them if they want. And there we have a gourd, or that might be like a little pumpkin, a baby pumpkin. I'm not sure. We have some growing down here. A little one growing in there. Look at that one. And like usual, the smaller leaves die off, and this one's getting the brunt of it right now. The other ones look a lot better. So there we have those. So now we're going over to this side. So we have a mixture here. Well, first let me explain. So this area right here, where all these pots are, there used to be like 2 rows of them. And this is where we used to do all our tomato plants. Now, again, ironically, I don't eat tomatoes except like marinara sauce. So, yeah, it's just for fun for me. But my dad likes tomatoes, so we grow them. And he has to grow a lot of them. And we give them away if we can. So, anyways, there used to be 2 rows of these gigantic pots right along here. And this is the first time we've changed it in since I can remember us ever growing stuff. So now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 pots here. And so in this first one, again, we have a bunch of weeds in here, but this is actually bell peppers. And I did see a bell pepper earlier today that was kind of hiding from me. Let's see, can you see it? It's right there. Just finger. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one there. I don't know if there's any more in here yet. I don't think so. But there is a baby one growing, it looks like. I don't know if it'll take. Where's my hands? It's right around there. I don't know if you could see it. The glare of the sun is getting in me. Oh, there's a baby one here. We have it in the next one. Sorry, guys. We also have one. And there's a wild corn growing. Now, we do have corn in the back, but this is a wild seed that somehow got in the pot. And it's growing, and the corn is right in here. So, next we on to a tomato plant. Again, the tomatoes, you can see. Another bell pepper plant. I didn't see any growing on this one. Again, tomatoes. I'll just back up a little bit so you can see them. Okay. So now we go to my gate here where this has to all be deleted. This is an issue because we have our hose, garden hose over there. So I don't want to nick it with the lawnmower. So this is kind of hard for me to take all that stuff down. So I'm going to have to yank it up, or he has to use the weed whacker or something. Now here we have a wild pumpkin growing. We have 2 of them in this yard, and I'm just going to keep them there. I don't care. And we have, again, a bunch of weeds. I can actually just take this down. These things are invasive. I think they're morning glories, these vines, because they have little flowers on them that look like morning glories. But they get over everything. And when we used to have a metal fence in the yard, it used to be nice because they would grow on the fence, but now they're growing on everything, including all the plants, and strangling them. So I always have to be careful. Okay, let's go over to here. We have 2 cucumber plants. So we made this little, again, the 2 pots on each side. We made this little thing, fence, this metal fence, so they can grow on there, and we have lots of cucumbers so far. So we have 1, 2, again, just one. There you go, there's 2 there. There's 1 there. There's another one over there. I'll show you that later on the roundabout way. So again, right in here in the middle, same deal. We have this metal fence, wires thing with some pots. Now here is another bell pepper pot. Now this one's a good one because there's 2 pepper plants in here, and they have produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 peppers. Now I've planted these just for fun a few times, and I've only ever got 1 pepper from them each time, and they were kind of always very small. So this in itself is an accomplishment. The fact that, again, I'm sorry about taking the videos, but I'm not an expert at it. But anyways, so just the fact that they grew pretty nice size and multiple ones is an accomplishment for me. So here we have some beans that were probably overripe because I've been, procrastinating picking them, partly to show you all, but also my dad said to leave them on because they were a little bit, too too young still, but now they might be a little over. I don't know. He'll have to see. And so that's what these are. We have some green beans in there. Okay, so let's go over to the side of the fence again. We have our little owl decoration that scares nothing away. That is a pest plant I have to take down. It has these spiky balls on it. They don't have them now, but when it gets bigger, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to hear. This is my peony plant. It comes up every year. They're of course dead now. They come up in the spring. This year I got 3 blooms from it. Here is another wild pumpkin. Now look at those gigantic leaves. I mean, that's not like objects in the mirror are larger than they appear. Those are like 2 feet long. Oh, and we do have a pumpkin. Wow, I just found this discovery with you all. I didn't see that until today. Look it. We have a pumpkin, people. We have a pumpkin. That's so exciting. And you know what? It's another weird too. Every year I guess right back here where those corns are, that's where I would plant like about 8 pumpkin plants, and I usually get maybe 1 or 2 from them. The wild ones, however, I always got more from wild ones. It's very strange. The ones I planted myself, hardly anything. Wild ones, got more from them. So, okay. So here we have my sad little rose bush, but not as sad as the other one. So we actually do have a bloom right now. Very pretty. Again, I didn't de-weed it. Half of it's kind of dead, like in the back, but it's still growing on that thing a little bit on top. Yeah, I forgot to trim it and take care of it this year, over the past season, so it kind of really thinned out. It was kind of a very nice, like, fan looking, when I mean fan, it was long and kind of had a few 3 like sprigs. I really love that look in the roses. But yeah, so it was my fault. So we get a couple roses here and there. We got a few more blooms. They're not the healthiest ones, honestly. Usually the roses on the ends, although that one looks kind of nice. The ends kind of look like they were burnt. They're kind of crispy looking. But these look okay. So we're gonna get another few. And this one actually, last year, it was still blooming into almost winter, which surprised me. That's probably why I didn't cut it down. So moving down back to there, that's the sad one. You can't even see the thing anymore. It basically died. Nothing came up. You could see this stem right here is the only longer stem on it, and that's going to be gone. So here's garbage. This looks like that because there's a big, fencing here like this. That's a larger one, but it's covered in this grassy, weedy stuff. So that's why that's a mess. Bunch of crappy trees and foliage. That looks like a forest. Anyways, on to the tomatoes. So these are where our main tomatoes are this year. First time we're doing this. And you know what? Back to the old tomatoes, when I was talking about them on the sidewalk, the cement. So we used to have like, I think 12 or 14 pots, and there used to be 2 tomatoes in each pot. This year, again, we only kept 3 up there, and we put the rest back here, and each plot has its own tomato, so it's really thriving. They're really looking great. It's obvious the more room you have for it, the better they're going to grow. So these are cherry tomatoes. I actually did see, although I don't know if I'll be able to show you, the first red tomato. Let me see. Where is it? Come on. Finger, where are you? This way. Oh, look it. There we go. The first red tomato of the season is right there. I've seen it this morning when I just watered. And again, so the first row here, cherry tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. And the other 2 are kind of more regular tomatoes. I don't know what brand, I don't care. So here we have this one. And that one, these are the middle ones are like the taller ones. And I just put this string up today to keep them from leaning. And as you can see in that tomato plant, excuse me, it's just starting to turn right there. Yep. Our green tomatoes. And our last row right here. Moving to the middle. This is the tallest one in the back. This is a really bushy one of the taller ones. So they're really thriving this year as far as the greenery and them growing. We'll see how they do with the actual fruit, because some years are okay. Some years they have that rot on the bottom. And we also have to deal with little critters, the woodchuck, the groundhog, whatever. I call it a groundhog, which, by the way, I'll talk about in a minute. But before I get to there, now we have some corn here. So you planted corn. Corns are coming up again. Be interesting to see if they actually get big. So far they're small. Each one, we have 2 in each pot, which actually, that's not true. There's actually 4 plants in each pot because we wanted to plant 2, but each little, ready grown one that you buy, it had 2 stalks, and so we just started leave it in there, see what happened. So like this one has 4 corns growing in one on each stalk. So does this one, it looks like, but again, they might be really tiny. Again, it's mid-July, so we'll see if they come up. Now, I discovered this morning when I came out to water. Look at this. Here, 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 here. All of these at the end here. Something is in them. I don't know if it's that groundhog. So, talking about him, here's the thing. See this whole, I'm not going to show you more, but there is an entry point. Over there is an entry point. Up front, over there where the gate is, there's an entry point. Now, and back here on the other side of the fence is his hole going underground. Now, we have had an issue with these groundhogs for a long time. That's why, if you look at this here, we don't only have the tomato thing to keep it up. We have this fence here, not only for extra support, but to keep them out. Because we used to have this wire kind of thing right here. This one exactly used to be up here around them, the 12 pots in the front. As the train goes by. So we used to have the tomatoes again over here, and we used to have that wire around them to keep we didn't have these on them. It was just the regular stand, and we used to clip these tomato stands together with the electric kind of ties to give them stability. So they used to stay all up together, and then that fence used to go around it for protection from the groundhog, because it didn't work. I mean, it worked somewhat because it made it less easy for him, but he would still come in the yard, and he actually would lift the fence up and go under there and start chomping on the tomatoes. And he's really amble, or whatever the word would be, because he heard you coming, or if you seen him, he would kind of hide in between if he couldn't get out right away. But as soon as you approached him, he'd run, and he'd somehow lift that thing up real quick and run out. But as I leave you and you see my little garden, let me tell you a little tip that helped. It has helped for the past probably 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know, so I had to put more down today. Lucky for me, I just did it. But how to keep them away? Quite honestly, if it was up to me to because there's no really good way. Use traps probably, but oh yeah, and this one had a family too this year. There were like 3 of them, so there's probably always a family, but you don't always see them. You only see the one, but I seen the little ones too. So what we did was I looked online on YouTube, and what did someone say? Use cat lippy. Now I'm going to show you a little something right here. Let's look. And this is also for anybody who has cats. This is a good alternative for you for using litter. So if you look in here, a kind of a household kind of pet tip. So if you look in here, they have these pellets. Now these are pellets that are for 2 things. You can buy 2 things. Those are like wood pellet, these kind of wooden pellet kind of things. Those are ones we got that are for like fire, like outdoor kind of fires, I guess, like fire pits or something. I don't know exactly. I don't do any of that stuff, but they also, it's the same principle with animal bedding, like guinea pigs, horses, or something. You can find those at some like animal shops, or we get those at like Lowe's or Walmart. The ones I just showed you for the wood, for the burning. Anyways, long story long, I found this out a few years ago when our cat, because she's getting older. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna sit down a minute because I'm tired. Sorry for that horrible noise for anybody wearing headphones. So our cat is older. As she hit her teens, her pee used to really start smelling like ammonia, and it was really bad. So we were looking for alternatives, and we found this thing online where what you do is you use those kind of pellets, and the cat will pee on them, and it absorbs the wetness, and it takes all the smell out, so you don't smell the ammonia at all or the cat pee. Even if it just smells like cat pee, you don't smell the pee at all. And then eventually, because it's made of compacted bits or wood or whatever it is, it'll just like in the box, it'll like just like disintegrate, or it'll get plumpy, and you could just, so what you do is you either scoop it out. You can just empty the whole thing if you want, although you're wasting a lot if you empty the whole thing. Or you do what I do, you get they sell these little sifters, so you have a pan with a sifting thing in it. So you the ones with the major, obviously wet clumps, I just throw out because there's nothing to be saved in that. But the rest of it, you just put in the sifter, and then you shake it into an extra pan, and all of that stuff will come out that needs to get thrown out, and you throw that out, and then put the pellets that were still good back into it. Now that saves you a lot on the pellets, but also a bag of those pellets is like 40 pounds. It's like $5 to $7 maybe. Another train. Whereas cat litter around here, at least, and those little, depending what kind you buy, like if you buy those clay ones, they're probably cheaper in those big bags, but that's horrible. Oh God, that trying to clean that or throw that out, talk about a cloud of dust. Oh, it's disgusting. But if you buy the kind of like brand name kind of things in those little buckets, that's like usually between $10 and $12, and that only lasts, like, for me it was lasting, like, if I got lucky, 2 weeks. Not even near at a point where, because again, she pees a lot. She's an indoor outdoor cat, but she does not go outside very much as far as the bathroom. So she'll stay outside for a couple hours, at least not anymore, but she used to. She would stay outside for a few hours, come in and go right to the litter box and pee. And it's like, are you kidding me? You were outside all that time? You couldn't go then? And even today she does it if she's outside for like 20 minutes, half hour, because she doesn't like staying outside too much anymore. She's old, and she just like to sleep in the house. But occasionally she like to come out and sunbathe for like 20 minutes, half hour, and again, same thing. She'll come in, go right to the litter box. It's like, are you kidding? Go outside. Yeah. So back to the groundhog thing. So that's how, well, so there's a tip. If you have cats, look for the alternative. If you need any more information, you can always ask, or again, just look online, whether it's use the Googler or use right here on YouTube. That's how I found this out. And you'll find more information. All right. Anyways, so the YouTubes told me that, because the groundhogs don't like cat pee, or I guess other animal smell. So that's what I did. After I sifted her litter box one day, I took all the stuff and I brought it outside and I put it in the hot spots where they dig a lot, through the gate over there, and to those holes back there, especially their hole going under the ground. I just poured a whole ton of it over that hole, their access hole. That's what he said. And it stopped them. Again, I haven't seen them for maybe almost 2 months now. However, he might be back because of what that was happening to the corn, because that was fine yesterday when I watered, so now today messed up, and there goes another train. So I changed her litter this morning, and I put more over there, and so hopefully, if that's what is eating it, it will stop. Okay, guys, I have kept you long enough. I have prattled on and on and on. So, and then again, another look. The yard is whole. I hope you enjoyed this video. Actually, before I go, while I'm here, because I wanted to do this just to show you better, because I just did this because I wanted to. See that on the vine, I didn't pick them yet. There we go. Look at that. There's one. No comments from me. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's a half-hour video. I hope you enjoyed seeing my garden. And I'll probably do another video when the tomatoes ripen. Okay, until next time, gardeners. Please, everybody, be safe, be happy, and stay safe, stay happy, and stay cool, because, oh my God, it is hot out here. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye. Wait, there's more. So I picked my ripe greens. Oh my. Look at those. Those are some. Here we have the beans. Well, all of the beans, really. Oh, but one of the cucumbers, one of them I think had a little more to go. I'm just taking this all out for you to see. Okay, so here is my first harvest. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cucumbers, and these, hold on, green beans. So here's our cucumbers. 5, 6. But wait. Ooh, look at that one. 7. King of the cucumbers. And our beans. And as the witch from Into the Woods says, greens, greens, nothing but greens. I tell king and queens, don't ever, ever, never mess around with my greens. Especially the beans. Oops, and there's a dead bean. So I just wanted to show you all my first harvest. I don't need any of this stuff, but I hope it's good. I hope my dad enjoys it. I hope if he can give these away to somebody, because he ain't gonna eat all these. If you all were close, I'd give them to you. Alright, everybody. He does eat the greens, though, the beans. He better stay away from my beans. Anyways, if you know, you know. Check Into the Woods. It's great. Anyways, now for real. Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay cool. Stay happy. Stay safe. Bye, guys.